What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the newest episode of the Ultimate Rebuilds, where we have finished up part 2 of the NFC North. The NFC North. We've done the Chicago Bears. Didn't win anything. Well, we made the Super Bowl, didn't we? We made either the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship game and lost. And then we moved on to the Minnesota Vikings, and we made a very stacked team, and we made the playoffs twice, and we lost. Not a lot of success. And looking at it right now, there's 2 teams left in the division, left for the Ultimate Rebuild. We have the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you right now, we're going to be moving on to the Detroit Lions because Green Bay Packers have Aaron Rodgers, still a very, very overpowered roster. But both the Packers and the Lions in this save, in this whole series so far, have both won a Super Bowl already. So we're going to be inheriting a Lions team that already has some glory, and we need to find a way to replicate that. So we're going to be saying bye to this team that we are going to be competing up against, that has Trent Williams, that has Jason Kelsey, Teron Armstead, Rob Gronkowski, T.Y. Hilton, Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall, MJD's in 96, Joe Flacco. They also have Johnny Manziel. They want to move on defensively. What do they got? They got 2 90s at defensive end, Akeem Hicks, Cam Hayward. You got Bobby Wagner, best linebacker, Eric Weddle, one of the best safeties. Like, this is going to be an incredibly annoying team to go after. And we're going to have to try to do so as the Detroit Lions. So here we are with Detroit. We have Steve Mariucci, now of the NFL Network, as their head coach. And the roster that we're inheriting, fairly decent. 86 overall, 93 offense, 85 defense. First of all, well, we'll get rid of that anyways. Our offensive line, we got Lane Johnson. We got David DeCastro and Andrew Whitworth are our big players. Kyle Rudolph at tight end is a 90 overall. That is dope. A very old wide receiver core, though. Mike Williams going to be in his 30s for sure. Roy Williams going to be in his 30s for sure. So going to have to replace that soon. They still have Charles Rodgers, the bust. The former first-round bust is still on the roster. Stafford is an 97 overall. He's 27, so he's well within his prime. They have Reggie Bush at running back. He's 30. We got a... how old is he, Lacey? 27, 26, 25. We got a lot of fine tuning. We got to get younger at wide receiver. Oh shit, they got Mike Evans though. Okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see they had Mike Evans. Let's slowly move him for sure up our depth chart. So we have a quarterback. We have a stud wide receiver, stud tight end, good players on the offensive line. Defensively, let's see what we're working with. So Sean Cody, we have Chris Long, Janoris Jenkins at 26. That is good. Not much at safety. Navarro Bowman outside linebacker. It's 27 superstar. I like to see that. So, you know, it's not a terrible team. I've definitely took over worse teams in rebuilds. Linebacking core is not bad. We got to get safeties and younger pretty much across the board. That's why we're doing the Lions here, because they're a way harder team to rebuild than, say, the Green Bay Packers that are going to be perennial playoff contenders for the next 5 seasons. So let's get into it. So for our first free agency period, we have a whole lot of salary cap, so we're going to try and spend it. First up, Doug Baldwin, 93 overall wide receiver, trying to get younger here, trying to find a partner in crime for Mike Evans. We're not going to overpay, but we have a decent bid over the second place Jacksonville Jaguars. Hopefully you can bring him in. Other than that, we're just looking for just big, solid production. So we got Alan Bailey here, 9-point upgrade. We got Marvin Austin, 10-point upgrade. Pernell McPhee, 7-point upgrade. We don't even have a fullback. And then Van Dyke, nice little upgrade over Aaron Colvin. Plus, he has ridiculous speed, like 97, 98 speed. So if we can land even, all of them. Hey, if we can land, how about all of them? I'll be satisfied. All right, we got everyone except Doug Baldwin, which was annoying. But we're able to go back into free agency. We still have a whole lot of salary cap. And we're going to extend an offer to Randall Cobb and bring him to make it look as weird as possible. Most notably for his time in Green Bay, wearing a Lions uniform. All right, we're up first at pick 5, and this is actually kind of funny because this is like one of the first drafts. I think actually maybe the first draft. I remember at the top of my head like who I really, really wanted by round. So that's actually kind of how I'm going to have this, because my favorite player at about this point in the first round would have been Marcus Peters, and I think we're actually going to select him. Let me just see how the board's shaping up. Like guys that I was hyping. Melvin Gordon is interesting. We still have Reggie Bush for one more year. So yes, we are going to select at pick 5 Marcus Peters, corner out of Washington. Welcome to Detroit. So take a look at our draft recap. Maybe the first time I've been punished by going for the big names because the ratings weren't amazing. But in the first round, as you saw, we got Marcus Peters. Then at second round, pick 5, Landon Collins was still on the board out of Alabama. You know, we need more of a free safety. I feel like he can play that role as well. 3rd round, Stefon Diggs, one of, you know, for this draft class, it was like the first big time I stuck my neck out and I was like, Stefon Diggs might be one of the best wide receivers in the class. Ended up going real late to the Minnesota Vikings. The fact that he was still there in the 3rd, knowing me, how I thought about this board in real life, I was like, all right, we'll take Diggs here. 4th round, I wasn't really going to get Trey Flowers, but I feel like because he was the big acquisition this offseason in real life for the Lions, why not put him on the team? And then I was like, you know, the toss-up here in the 4th round was between either him or Danielle Hunter. And then when it came around the 5th, Danielle Hunter was still on the board. So we selected him in the 5th round, 76 star dev. He's going to start right away, I'd assume. 6th round, Grady Jarrett was a 5th round selection of the Falcons. He was still there. We actually needed tackle, D-tackle depth. So I was like, sure, let's go with the big name. He's only a 71 quick, though. So it wasn't like we got an amazing rating. Then the 7th round, we just added some guard depth by bringing in Quentin Spain, who had a nice career with the Tennessee Titans. So really solid draft. Quickly looking at the rest of the division. Packers got Malcolm Brown, Tevin Coleman. That's pretty much it. I'm not really overly worried about what they were bringing to the table. Minnesota Vikings got Jordan Hicks, Jordan Phillips, Trey Jackson. Not a whole lot I'm worried about there. The Chicago Bears got Dallas Cowboy, Byron Jones. He's a 79 star. What? They also got Devin Funchess, Carlos Williams, Bryce Petty, Nick Boyle. They had a good draft, but, you know, definitely hats off to the Detroit Lions. Surprise, surprise, having the best draft of the division. So as we get ready for year number 1 with the Detroit Lions, here are the major changes from when we took over the team before the offseason. Cons will actually be our left guard and really the only weakness on the offensive line. We actually found a couple. Remember Titus Young? Huh? Remember him, Lion fans? We actually saw he was still available as a free agent. I mean, I don't know how crazy we're gonna get with him. He's gonna be bottom depth, even though he is an 86, because we want Diggs and all these guys to develop in our team. But really good wide receiver core. We added Randall Cobb, Stefon Diggs to the unit. On the defensive side, changes. We moved from a 3-4 to a 4-3 to best utilize the squad. Landon Collins, our 2nd round pick, will start at strong safety. Van Dyke will be one of our corners as well, with Marcus Peters in the slot. McPhee was a free agent. Alan Bailey was a free agent, bringing him in. And Danielle Hunter was one of the best value draft picks that we have. He will get the start at defensive end. So we have 91 offense, 85 defense. You know, give me... I'm not going to put super high expectations on this squad, but we do have a 97 overall quarterback. So this is the highest overall quarterback we've had without a shadow of doubt starting a rebuild. You know, we could make the playoffs. You usually go as far as your quarterback will take you in these rebuilds when your team's decent and has a base like this. So, hey, we might be able to sneak into the playoffs, be it wild card, or somehow win the division ugly. To preview the draft class, it is the 2016 draft class, which has Goff and Wentz. Looking at it from a Detroit Lions perspective, we have our quarterbacks, so pretty much everyone else will be in play between Joey Bosa, Ezekiel Elliott, Jalen Ramsey. You have DeForest Buckner, who's been really good. Sheldon Rankins. Taylor Decker was the selection for the Detroit Lions. I don't know if that's still technically going to be into play, but there's some nice weapons here for a team that, you know, we don't have a whole lot of weaknesses, but there's some good guys here in the 1st round. Definitely a lot of talent when you get up into the 2nd round. But I mean, obviously, this will be one of the years that if things don't go well, and we have, say, a top 3, top 5 pick, getting a Buckner, Jalen Ramsey, Zeke Elliott, Joey Bosa would be awesome. I think running back is a spot with Reggie Bush he'll be 31. The regression's going to hit. Ezekiel Elliott, Derrick Henry. Is there any value late? Jordan Howard in the 5th round. I mean, again, drafting within the division. Let's see, what do we got as UDFAs? Not a whole lot there. Trey Cart, no, it's not even the right one. Yeah, so not a strong class for running back, I will have to admit. Maybe we might have to dip into free agency unless Ezekiel Elliott falls into our lap. But it's a nice draft class. Roughly midway through the season, we're 2-4, which is not a great record. So, hey, we might have one of those high draft picks, which would be pretty dope. Look at in-house signings. First up, we get Janoris Jenkins. Definitely want to lock him down. He's our best corner by a mile. David DeCastro is an exceptional offensive lineman. Like to get him locked down, which we do. That's it. I mean, we're not gonna. It's a punter. We're not gonna spend money on a punter that just most notably got posterized by Antonio Brown, are we? I don't think so. Bye bye. And at the end of year number 1, we finished with. We didn't win a single game from the. We had number 1 overall pick. That's last 12 in a row. I've seen a 16 in a row. Never a 12 in a row. I mean, does that make it any worse? I don't think so. But the offensive line just, I don't know what's going on. Look at the stats. What? How do you lose 12 in a row? Oh my God, we're not 89 overall. It's like if you're starting Madden right now, 89 overall is like the third best team. Stafford wasn't terrible. I mean, what is the excuse here? The running back attack was no worse than any other team we've ever won with. Receiving, Cobb had a good year. Like everyone else was okay. I mean, no dominant season. Was it defense? Danielle Hunter, good rookie season, 10 TFL, 7 sacks. Interceptions were all right. Jenkins with 3. Like I've seen worse. Doesn't make sense. Look, offensive yards were 30th, I guess. The yards is what got us. MVP went to Bruce Gradkowski. I thought Aaron Rodgers was the QB there. Or not Aaron Rodgers. I'm thinking about something different. I'm thinking about the flashback franchise that I recorded this morning. Okay. Well, why is Bruce Gradkowski an absolute legend? That's what I want to know. In the NFC, offensive player, they went to Peyton Manning, who's now a member of the Colts. And we had nobody. Defensive player, they went to Luke Kuechly. My God, the Bucks were ridiculous. Offensive rookie, they went to Amir Abdullah. Why are we having anyone? Defensive rookie, they went to Byron Jones. Danielle Hunter at number 2. Landon Collins at number 3. Marcus Peters at number 6. So our young rookies, they got a little bit of credit. But hey, now we get the number 1 overall pick. I don't know. Do we go Ezekiel Elliott? You look at the defense. And Joey Bosa with Danielle Hunter sounds pretty goddamn tasty. Jalen Ramsey in the secondary. Jalen Ramsey, Janoris Jenkins, Marcus Peters. I don't know, man, but we can go wherever we want. Here we are at the first overall pick. We don't need one of the quarterbacks, so it's really between Bosa, Zeke, and Jalen Ramsey. In reality, Jalen Ramsey, I mean, we have Janoris Jenkins, we have Marcus Peters. We used the first round pick last year, even though I think Jalen Ramsey is the most valuable out of these 3. He's the least valuable to our team. So we look here at Ezekiel Elliott and Joey Bosa. The question is, I mean, we got Danielle Hunter, and when you look at the rest of the defensive ends in this draft, beyond, we can get a Yannick Ngakoue potentially. Matthew Judon's solid. I mean, it's actually not a great class when it comes. I mean, what do we got for outside linebackers? I mean, Leonard Floyd could potentially slip. Ooh, Deion Jones in the second round. I might like that. Let's see. Any other guys that could play defensive end? Kyler Fackrell could play defensive end. It's not a great. It's literally a toss-up if you want Joey Bosa or Ezekiel. But my question is, we do have some youth, and Reggie. We don't have a lot of youth at running back. Reggie Bush is 31, so this is the most anti-Eagle thing I can do. It doesn't even make sense to select a running back first overall, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna bring in Ezekiel Elliott to the squad, 78 star. Welcome, eat, boy, eat. So we didn't sign anyone in free agency. I felt to leave it as is. We had to come into the draft with the number 1 overall pick. And we selected Ezekiel Elliott out of Ohio State, 78 star. I mean, we needed it right now. Reggie Bush is like 31, and he's a 79. In the second round, we got Deion Jones, Debo himself, 78 star dev. He's going to be versatile, play him all over the place on the field. Third round, we got Laremy Tunsil. Actually, we're going to slide into guard. We need a left guard badly. Tunsil coming out of Ole Miss had that versatility. His rating's going to go from a 77 to a 78. He's actually going to go up, which is dope. Fourth round, I mean, hey, we're going depth. I don't want to cheese too much. I felt like we had 3 really good picks, so then I just started going by in terms of position and need. We needed depth at tackle, so we brought in Raven Clark. Fifth round, Yannick Ngakoue, projected 3rd round pick, was still there, and I went, okay. I mean, we brought him up when we were trying to decide, do we get Joey Bosa at 1? He's still there at 5. We knew he was going to be good. I did not think he was going to be 77 star. But be able to play him right now. I mean, Trey Flowers had kind of shit development. We drafted him for namesake. But it looks like Ngakoue and Danielle Hunter on opposing ends. That is going to be the future. We got Jalen Mills at safety. If you follow me on Twitter, you know the importance of that. Just to be depth behind Landon Collins. And then we just got the best punter available to fill out our depth chart. And Drew Kaiser, who happened to be a 74. Look at the rest of the division. The Green Bay Packers got DeForest Buckner in the first round. As well as Kendall Fuller, Laurent Carew. Jeff Driscoll. The Minnesota Vikings got Miles Jack, Kevin Byard, Jacoby Brissett, Jordan. I mean, that was actually a really. I think that draft actually beats my draft. And the Cincinnati, or the, why do I keep messing up the Bears? The Bears got Jalen Smith, Su'a Cravens doubling up. They got Nick Kwiatkowski, who they actually drafted in real life, Tajay Sharp. They had a really good draft, too. I'm actually going to give the Vikings a slightly better draft here than us. I think all things considered, we did the number 1 overall pick, but we'll take it. At the start of year 2, here's how our team is shaping up. 85 overall, 91 offense, 87 defense. Changes on the offense. Laremy Tunsil, who we selected in the draft, will be starting at left guard. The rest of the offensive line remains the same, and everyone has progressed outside of Andrew Whitworth, who is regressing, who, oddly enough in real life, is only getting better for whatever reason. At wide receiver, we're making the move to make Stefon Diggs our slot with Mike Evans, who's now a 91, and Randall Cobb, who's an 87. Actually, we're going to have Cobb as a slot, and we'll actually make Stefon Diggs an outside wide receiver. Ezekiel Elliott, the man we selected number 1 overall. I mean, it worked out last time we drafted a running back very high for Adrian Peterson back in the Chicago Bears ultimate rebuild. Zeke needs to be able to, really carry this team. Stafford's still a 97. Defensively, we're an 87 overall. We have Daniil Hunter and Yannick Ngakoue will be our defensive ends. Outside of that, not much is changing in terms of starters. Deion Jones will get the start at left outside linebacker, and Marcus Peters is going to have a little bit more of an expanded role in the defense, but it's still a young defense that is slowly developing. We had 2 wins last year. Lost, what was it, 12 in a row? Which is ridiculous. I better not see that shit this season, especially when you have a 97 overall QB. Like, you should get 5 wins minimum in the sim when you have any quarterback in the 90s. A preview of the upcoming draft class. Very, very interesting draft class indeed. Got Myles Garrett, Leonard Fournette, Jamal Adams. Oh, I love Jamal Adams. Christian McCaffrey. This is me being an idiot. Because if we would have got Bosa, right? That means we would have had probably a stab at Leonard Fournette, McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Joe. My God, I messed up. Why did I do this? Why wasn't I thinking? If I got my head out of my ass, I would have got Bosa and then had a chance. And 100% would have got a Hunt, Kamara, or Mixon on this roster, even if Dalvin Cook, if I had to reach in the first round. I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Well, you live and let learn, right? So we got Myles Garrett, Leonard Fournette, Jamal Adams, Christian McCaffrey, Patrick Mahomes, Lattimore, Deshaun Watson, Derek Burnett, Marlon Humphrey, OJ. I mean, this is a really, really solid draft class. I mean, the verdict is still out on these players in the career. Now we're getting up to guys that we just don't really know how good they are, how bad they're going to be. But this is, generally speaking, anyone we pick in the first round is going to be an impact playmaker to the team. In terms of busts, I mean, Trubisky's been, Solomon Thomas hasn't been great. John Ross has been injury prone. Hassan Riddick hasn't been, really anything special yet. Garrett Bowles has been average. Jared Davis, the actual player that the Lions selected, has been average. Charles Harris has kind of been a bust, but there's like 5 or 6 players you have to avoid in this first round. Everyone else is going to be a nice impact playmaker. I'm right now understanding where we might finish as a roster. TJ Watt could be a very interesting pick, considering I'm thinking back to like when I made draft videos around this time. TJ Watt was one of my favorite picks, and I got the most shit for it, so that kind of made him one of my guys from this draft class, and we kind of need outside linebacker help, get a little bit younger to pair a partner with Deion Jones. I don't know, but excited for this draft class when it comes. Hopefully, we pick here around this range, 30, 31, 32. All right, so roughly midway point of the year, we're 2-6. I mean, I'm never gonna finesse and try to do some sneaky behind the things. The fact, I just want to make it proof that this team is this bad. Like there's no wins, there's no force, we're this bad. Matt Stafford is cursed, and we went from thinking we have a 97 over quarterback who's in a contract year playing like dog shit, wants $124 million, when we damn well know there is some good ass quarterbacks in the upcoming draft. I'm looking at Patty Mahomes. I am not paying Stafford this amount of money. We're getting a brand new quarterback. We know he's cursed in the Madden sim. Someone else can deal with him. He's not working out. There is no rhyme or reason. We'll get Joe Halley back here. 88 center. Sure. He'll take it. Nice. There's no rhyme. Oh, Lane Johnson as well. We'll get Lane Johnson supplements. We'll get him back. Thank you very much. All right. We'll keep Thomas here as well. Get off the tangent for just 1 second. Do a little bit of business. He didn't take the deal. Fuck him. Stafford's gone, man. He's cursed. He's a good player, but he's just not working. You're not getting wins. We're going to move on. This is like where I need to come in and be like, am I a joke to you? 4-12. We went from having the number 1 overall pick to having the 4th overall pick. We're probably going to have our choice at whatever quarterback we want. Thank God Stafford's out. And I never thought I'd ever say that in a Madden game where my quarterback's a 97, but he is hot garbage. Looking at the stats. I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not 97 overall good. Ezekiel Elliott, nice rookie season, 11 touchdowns, 900 yards. He also got 605. I will take that all damn day. 2,000-yard receivers and Mike Evans and Stefon Diggs. Defensively, Deion Jones was really, really good. Made plays all over the field. 145 tackles, 7 TFLs, 2 sacks, 2 picks, 8 sacks. Allen Bailey. We definitely want Hunter and Ngakoue to get up there a little bit. That is not impressive numbers. 4 picks for Jack Rabbit. Quick look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Aaron Rodgers. We had nobody in the NFC. Offensive Player of the Year went to Aaron Rodgers. Eddie Lyons. Hey, Stafford coming 8. Go get paid by someone else and ruin their franchise. Defensive Player of the Year went to Stanley Arnault. Okay. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Ezekiel Elliott. So we made a good investment there for the #1 overall pick. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Deion Jones. And he's up to an 88 overall. Okay. Okay, we'll take that. Ngakoue's 5th in Rookie of the Year voting. Let's just get in the offseason, man. Let's move from this terrible Stafford era. We're actually going to spend some money in free agency this period. We're going to solidify our offensive line by bringing in DJ Fluker, who is an 87 quick dev. We have Alec Ogletree as an outside linebacker. We're going to pair him with Deion Jones and Navarro Bowman. We're going to slide on the right outside. He is 86 with a normal dev. And then we got Sharif Floyd on the defensive line. Alvin Bailey's an 88 quick still, but just wants way too much money. Went to free agency. And guess what team overbid for like 130 points to get him? The Miami Dolphins. So we're looking at other options. Maybe a little bit of Florida Gator bias. And shout out to the Lions. In real life, I've drafted a lot of Florida Gators in the past. We'll look at Sharif Floyd to come in and be a partner with Marvin Austin. All right, Myles Garrett almost actually slipped to us with the 4th overall pick, but we're in the market for a quarterback. We will literally take any quarterback that's here. We have our pick of the bunch: Trubisky, Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, or we could, we don't need to take some time here. Here we go. Here's our selection. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Lions. Bye-bye, crappy, shitty, terrible, you suck, Matt Stafford era. Welcome to the Patrick Mahomes era. So after landing all of our targets in free agency, here's how the draft went. And it went very well. As you saw, we got Mahomes at pick 4. New era here in Detroit. In the second round, we got Sidney Jones, corner out of Washington. We just pretty much only needed a quarterback, and the rest was filling in depth. And I'll kind of explain all my picks. And I didn't reach. I literally drafted per the round. Third round, we needed wide receiver depth, so we got Chris Godwin. If you watch any of my live streams early on Twitch, and live streams will be coming back sooner than later, Chris Godwin was a just monster for us every time we play with him, so I figured why not, and very surprised to see him get a 76 quick. Fourth round, we got Cam Robinson, who's projected to go in the second round. We only had 1 left tackle on roster, so I was like, all right, sure, we'll draft him. 75 quick. Really, really generous rating. Fifth round, we got Des King, who actually thought we were going to cheese because he's like the 2nd best corner according to Pro Football Focus. And he's been like top 10 for the last 2 years since he's been in the league. He was actually only a 71 quick. So I was like, all right, the ups and downs. Sixth round, we need that receiving back to pair with Ezekiel Elliott. Tariq Cohen was there. Shocked to see 75-star dev rating for him. We're going to have an unbelievable backfield. And then in the 7th round, just adding more depth, we got Chase Roulier, who right now is actually the starting center for the Washington Redskins. Looking at the rest of the division, how well they drafted. Eddie Jackson of Alabama in the first round to the Packers. They got Chidobe Awuzie, Trey Hendrickson. Duke Riley's a 75. God damn. Looking at the Minnesota Vikings, they got Leonard Fournette at pick 6. Passanha, Darbo, Nazir Jones. They actually had a better draft than we did, maybe. Okay, and looking at the Bears, they got Ryan Ramczyk, Jordan Willis, Razul Douglas, DeMarcus Walker, Matt Milano. They had a really good draft as well. Everyone in the division had a strong draft. I think we still, like, our draft looks cheesy. But I think the Vikings, we had that 65. We're doing, like, if we're doing draft wars of Pam Crow, I might have lost this one because the Vikings didn't have any bad picks. But we got Mahomes. Let's go, man. MVP form. Year 3, no more Stafford. So I'm hoping we're gonna hit we're unreal. 95 offense. Couldn't give Patty Mahomes more to succeed. So, no changes outside of that. Evans is a 93. Cobb's an 89. Diggs is up to an 80. Zeke will get into the 90s at some point this year. I'm hoping Lane Johnson, Joe Hawley, and DJ Fluker will get up into the 90s. This is a stacked team. No Tyreek, but, who knows? Might be able to add him later on down the road. But then again, maybe he should be blacklisted for the videos. On the defense, Sharif Floyd is a new starter that we brought in via free agency, as well as Alec Ogletree to really round up the linebacking core to bring through a 91 overall defense. This team's juiced to the gills. And just watch us win 12 games because we got rid of the Stafford curse. So now these draft classes should be getting very familiar to you. We are looking at the 2018 draft class. Baker Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Denzel Ward, Quentin Nelson, Roquan Smith, Minkah Fitzpatrick. We're just talking about Derwin, James Jair, Alexander, Leighton Vander Esch. Frank Ragnow actually was a pick of the Lions. Calvin Ridley. You got Mike Hughes, Sony Michel, Lamar Jackson. Now, this is going to be, again, looks like on paper, like this is obviously, last year's rookie class. Very, very strong for the first couple rounds. But, I mean, look at the green. Look at the greenery on this team. We only have our punter is our worst player. We don't really have a lot of needs. We're going to be put in a best player available scenario. But that is the draft class. I don't know, you guys don't need a whole lot of refresher. Midway plus. 6-1. Stafford's cursed. No other way around it. He is cursed. We have a rookie quarterback, superstar or not. He's replacing a 97 overall quarterback, and we're 6-1. We have like more wins this season than we did in the first 2 years with Stafford at the helm. All right, we are. Okay, the Bears are looking very legit, but we are technically right now first in the NFC North. Looking at contracts, let's see. We got Mike Evans, one of the best wide receivers in football. Definitely do not want to lose him. Randall Cobb's been a very nice weapon for our team. Don't want to lose him. Bowman's been a constant professional, so we'll see if we can bring him back. I'm not too worried about his regression. McPhee can go. Shepard can go. Connor can go. Pretty much everyone else can go. Goodbye. We're on our way to a Super Bowl. At the end of year 3, even though we lost a game we shouldn't have lost, week 17, against a bad Cardinals team, we got a first-round bye, 12-4. Literally the only change to this team was swapping out. I mean, Mahomes is now up to a 91 technically, 93 with the boost there. A rookie quarterback with a 97 quarter. So Stafford's cursed. I can't stress it enough. If you do anything with the Lions, even if you're a Lions fan, just move on from Stafford. Try to get some value if you just want to save yourself the headache. Looking at the stats here, we're the #1 team in the league. #2 team, 1 loss by the Browns there. Look at Mahomes, 4,400 passing yards, 34 touchdowns to 11 picks. It wasn't 50, but it still was really good. Ezekiel Elliott, almost 1,100 yards, 11 tutties. Cohen chipped in very nicely. Receiving, Randall Cobb, 86 catches, almost 800 yards, 6 tutties. Almost 1,100 yards, 10 tutties for Mike Evans. Real good year from Rudolph. Diggs as well. Cohen really productive. What did Cohen hit? Almost 1,000 yards, and he had 11 touchdowns. So that's awesome. Having that paired with Ezekiel Elliott, good night. Defense wasn't on the field a whole lot. Only 87 tackles here from Deion Jones, 4 TFLs. Sacks are kind of hard for this team to come by. I find, like, for whatever reason, when I made sure I made all the right switches, but when I switch a team's defensive schemes from a 3-4 to a 4-3, the numbers still look kind of weird. I don't know why that's the case. Like, I guarantee we have 4 linebackers that have a lot of tackles. 1, 2. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Interceptions were all right. Not great. Not a strength of the team. Yearly awards, MVP went to Cam Newton, who's leading the Ravens. Patrick Mahomes coming in at #6. Did we get Coach of the Year? We didn't even get Coach of the Year. Nathan K-Blake, shout out to the Marshals. Shout out to the Marshals. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year went to Josh Freeman, with Patrick Mahomes coming in at #5. Defensive Player of the Year went to Sua Cravens as a rookie, nonetheless. Okay. We had no one. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Patrick Mahomes. Tariq Cohen coming in at #4. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Hassan Riddick. Wait, was he a rookie? Maybe he wasn't a rookie. Sua Cravens. Maybe that was 2 drafts ago. Either way, don't matter. Don't matter about individual stats. We made the playoffs. It's only year 3 with 5-year rebuild, so we will sim this one out. But I have a lot of confidence that at minimum we will get our first playoff victory. We'll just auto-spend these. Mahomes gets even better as we get ready to take on the 10-6 Dallas Cowboys. Oh shit, we got the dub! 31-20. We knock off the Dallas Cowboys. Where we at here? Come on, let's go, Mahomes. You're a beast. Patty Mahomes is a beast. 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Obviously, that's not going to be something that's going to help us later in a close game, but still 4 total touchdowns. The run game was balanced. Mike Evans had himself a day. Stefon Diggs, 125 yards and a tutty. Defensively, Deion Jones made plays all over the field, but we had no sacks, no picks. That needs to step up. As who were we taking on? The Seahawks? The Seahawks in the NFC Championship game. And we showed our inexperience, falling to the Seahawks in the playoffs 27-15. Actually looked pretty good until we got 13 points in the 4th quarter. Mahomes turnover again. Not a great game from him. Why is Bruce Gradkowski a god in this sim? Like, he's just everywhere. They had Le'Veon Bell. He outdueled Ezekiel Elliott. Who they have for receiver? Antonio. Oh, so they're just the Steelers. They have Le'Veon Bell and Tony Brown, and then they just got a random bald, out-of-shape asshole as their quarterback. What is different between that and the Steelers, right? Deion Jones had a good performance, but too little, too late. But we got the playoff experience, and we're going to be very, very overpowered as we get into year 4 of this ultimate rebuild. Free agency was a quiet one. So here is how the draft went. We only really needed a linebacker. I want cover for Navarro Bowman. He's like the oldest player on the team. So we selected Rashawn Evans, 78 quick dev linebacker out of Alabama. Second round, I just needed guard depth. So I got Isaiah Wynn, who plays tackle for the Patriots, but it's built like a guard. He was still there in the second round, 77 quick. Third round, we got more linebacker depth in Lorenzo Carter. Fourth round, Jordan Whitehead. Fifth round, Jalen Samuels at fullback. Sixth round, we got the punter that's taking the world by the storm for the Seattle Seahawks in Michael Dixon. And then it finished up with more linebacker depth. Overall, though, really, really good draft. Surprised with some of the ratings. I mean, Whitehead's a little high. Samuels, I mean, it's fair. And we did pretty well. Looking at how everyone else did, the Green Bay Packers brought in Derwin James. So this is a team we kind of got to pay attention to because they're the final team we're going to be using in the ultimate rebuild for this division. They got Dante Jackson, went all in the second. Mark Andrews, Kiki Kute. That is a Mo Hurst. That is a really, really good draft. There we go. We already have the second best draft. Looking at the Vikings, they got Ragnow. Outside of that, I mean, no one below a 70. It was a solid draft. Taven Bryant, 77. I mean, everyone in the 70s. I guess that's pretty good, but I think our draft stacks up pretty well to be second in the division. Let's get ready for year 4. It's going to be huge. Our team's looking sick. 99 offense, 93 defense, 93 overall. As far as changes are concerned, I mean, not much. Mahomes is a 93, Zeke's a 92, Evans 95, Cobb's a 90, Diggs 82. Everyone on the offensive line is pretty looking. Defense 93. I don't think there's a single damn change on the defensive side of the ball, which there wasn't because we're remaining the exact same. The team that got us here. So, dominated last year. I'm expecting even better this season. We're going to go on a run. We're going to win the Super Bowl, and then we're going to make it nearly impossible to finish up this ultimate rebuild and try to do anything with Green Bay and a super old Aaron Rodgers. But before then, we still have 1 year to get through with the Lions. Let's let the Patty Mahomes show do its thing. Now, at the end of year number 5, I'm almost scared at this point. What have we built? We're at 14-2, 99 offense, 97 defense. I'm just like, we got to win the Super Bowl, just even for the fact that we're going to have to go and compete against this team for the next 5 years with the Green Bay Packers. This team is ridiculous. Evans is a 97. Zeke's almost a 99. Mahomes is almost a 99. Multiple 90s on the offense. Oh, my God. What have we done? Danielle Hunter. Daniil. We'll go Danielle if you want. If you want to get exotic with it. He's almost a 9. Like, it's one of those things. We were almost too good. I've almost built this team up too good. But it'll all be worth it if we could finally win a Super Bowl here this season. Looking at the individual stats this year, Mahomes actually wasn't anything crazy. 4,000 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 picks. Running the ball was very efficient. Cohen was nice. Zeke, 1,300 yards, 18 touchdowns. 84 catches, 1,100 yards, 4 tutties. Mike Evans. Cobb almost at 1,010. Diggs and Rudolph had nice seasons as well. On the defensive side, Bowman, 108 tackles, 10 TFLs, 5 sacks. 7 sacks from Hunter. Again, the sacks have been low, but I feel like there's just something weird when I switch a team from a 3-4 to a 4-3 in the sim. Even though I changed the playbooks, I changed everything, just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to work out. Interceptions were up a little bit, which is always a nice sight. Josh Freeman won the MVP. Like this, it's so weird seeing like these alternate universes, like what is really going on? Like, what? Josh Freeman, Offensive Player of the Year. Zeke coming at number 10. Defensive Player of the Year went to Keenan Robinson with Navarro Bowman at number 2. Tavares Gooden at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Saquon Barkley. We had, our fullback, Jalen Samuels. Dope. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Roquan Smith. And Whitehead at 9. Lorenzo Carter at 10. Cool. But all I know is that we are in the playoffs, and we're going to find out who we're taking on in the NFC divisional round. And they're going to get these absolute mitts. And it's a team. Oh, let me upgrade this real quick. Let me make my team just a little bit better. And we're taking on the 9-7 Bears. I want to get a look at these Bears, see how they look like from when we first left them. They're the first team we did for an ultimate rebuild. Who they still got? They got Matt Ryan. They still have AP. At wide receiver, we didn't have any of those guys. At tight end, we didn't have any of them. We had Josh Sitton for sure. We had John Sullivan for sure. We had Marshall Yanda for sure. Orakpo, yep, drafted him. Same with Mario Williams. Linebacking core doesn't look very familiar. Nope, not at one bit. Secondary also doesn't look very familiar. Hey, we did have those punters though. Gostkowski and Weatherford were our special teamers. So there's still some core. And I mean, the Matt Ryan AP, those were like the big stars when we left. So this is going to be nice. Going up against ourselves, kind of. But yeah, we're going to have to, put that old horse out to pasture. Old Yeller behind the shed, because nothing is stopping us on this path to a Super Bowl. The second Super Bowl in this ultimate rebuild for the Lions. But our first and the first for 3 rebuilds. All right, first and goal from the 8. We're not being stopped here. We're not being stopped. We got perfect protection. We lead the wide receiver. GG. No re. I believe that's Mr. Randall Cobb. Open and drive tutty. Got a first and goal on the 1. It's C4 special time. I actually can't recall how good Zeke Elliott is on the C4 special. I assume it's going to be pretty good. We get great blocking, great patience. And there you go. Oh, let's go. Randall Cobb, second touchdown on the game. Defense has not been playing well, but this is a shootout. There's no other team I'd want than the Lions. All right, first and goal on the 2. It worked out really well the last time. Let's go back to the well again with the C4 special. Gets blocked up, and Ezekiel Elliott runs it as good as anyone in the business as the Lions extend their lead in the 4th quarter. Here we go. A very youthful, half-hat-wearing Lovie Smith. Can't believe it, as the Detroit Lions win by 8 over one of our childs. It's like any other child. We've built that Bears team up, and you had to put it out of its misery because they're super old. Matt Ryan, AP, they just don't get anymore. It's time for the young bucks in town. Zeke, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Evans, almost 100 yards, as the Lions are going back to the NFC Championship game. Oh, let's go, Mahomes. Get your block. Oh, why aren't you just a little bit more athletic? This is a low-scoring game. We'll take any yards we can, and we're setting ourselves up in really good position at the end of the first half. And no messing around, man. We'll go cheese all day. I need a Super Bowl so bad. I need a Super Bowl more than I need air to breathe. So we're going to go C4 special. We're 2 for 2 in this episode. They ran a pretty good defense for it, and we literally made a man miss, and it wasn't good enough. Maybe just a quick slant. Does Mike Evans want to get open? Does anyone want to get open? No one? Cool. We'll just do that. All right, we're going to try the inverse of the C4 special. We're going to try to run right up the middle. And what? How did that guy get around the edge in the backfield? Ridiculous. Come on. Can't buy a touchdown right now. All right, we're going C4 special. Second and goal early in, or actually late in the second half here. Let's go. So we need it. First touchdown of the game. But, man, this is, even though we're going up against AI, this defense is really, really good. Oh, let's go. Zeke powers his way into the end zone. Second tutty of the game. Breaks the lead, man. Let's go. Defense. Minute 57. Need a stand. And instant touchdown. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, right there. Kyle Rudolph. And it's over. I was so worried that we're going to have to deal with that field goal, weird camera bullshit. But Mahomes to Rudolph. That should seal it. And we're Super Bowl bound, baby. I don't even care about the stats. That was such an ugly game. But we're going there, and we're not going to be stopped. Mahomes will not be stopped. And Thing Beauty. Equalizer. Let's go. What a boring Super Bowl this would be. Let's be completely honest. Bills Lions, not really getting the needle moving, if you know what I'm saying. Mahomes has yet to miss a pass. We're going to keep it that way. We're going to keep it that way. Because, third and goal, down 3 late in the second quarter. Okay, we need this play to work out. This play has to work out. Come on. Who wants it? Oh, let's Zeke Elliott out the backfield right between the linebackers. 4-point lead for the Lions at half. Oh, not feeling good about this, fellas. I mean, that is Jalen Ramsey, but if this team's struggling to win, I don't think we're ever going to win a Super Bowl again. All right, let's kick this field goal. I'm actually going to hop on the sticks on defense. People might say, C4, why don't you usually play defense? Because I'm that damn good, and I want the games to be... Well, I was able to get back into field goal range. Don't. Oh, come on. For the love of... Oh, it's good! My kid's sleeping, but it's good. And we finally have won a Super Bowl in the ultimate rebuild after the dumbest cheese. A nice pass to Kyle Rudolph. Got us into field goal range. And there is the second ever Super Bowl for the Detroit Lions. Our first. And our first Super Bowl in the... Why is number 8 on the ground dead? Sniper. President down. That's what that looked like. But there we go. Big time. I want to see who was on this Bills team, though. They had someone good to incite all that cheese. I know they had Marshawn Lattimore and Jalen Ramsey at cornerback. That's it. That's all I knew when we're trying to stop them. That was pretty damn good. But you better believe, because I know Lion fans, we got rid of the Stafford curse. If you needed anything to take away from this video, as we can see that nice little catch there at the tail end of the Rudolph play that got us into field goal range here. Oh, yeah, baby. Is that Matt Stafford's cursed? Literally, our team became 10 times better as soon as we got the 97 overall Matt Stafford off the team. And luckily enough, when we decided that his big-ass contract that was up, that he won like $125 million, Mr. Mahomes was in the draft. You know, it worked out well for the Detroit Lions. And now we're going to have to deal with this when we move on to be the Green Bay Packers. And that video will be coming out, I think, early next week, trying to stop this freakishly good Detroit Lion team that we're able to beat up. But, hey, we got the Super Bowl. I'm going to let you live in this. We got Patty Mahomes, Zeke Elliott, Mike Evans. That's probably going to be the 3 dudes that go in your thumbnail. I don't know what the linebacker is. Is it Bowman? Yes, it is. Soak it in. Drink it in, Detroit Lion fans. Unfortunately, right now, all that can happen is in the world of Madden. But there is your Super Bowl title. Congrats. I really want to see who was on this Bills team. They had, let's see. I mean, looking at our team, 200 yards, touchdown, a pick for Mahomes, 86 yards and a touchdown for your Super Bowl MVP, Ezekiel Elliott. Rudolph had a huge game. Personally, I probably actually would have given it to Kyle Rudolph. But yeah, Zeke also did have that receiving touchdown. Defensively, 12 tackles from Bowman. But I want to see, let's see the Buffalo Bills. What were they working with? They had Deshaun Watson at QB. Not much at running back. Hakeem Nicks, Michael Thomas, Delaney Walker, Odell. We kept him quiet. We kept Odell real quiet. Shh. D Ford, Tamba Ali, Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, they were a really good team. They rightfully deserved a spot to be in the Super Bowl, but we got that big time dub for the Lions. Now I'm gonna pop out. Let's just preview what the Packers are gonna look like and end the video. So as we move on, I think this is the most overpowered team so far in the Ultimate Rebuild between the Bears, the Vikings, and now the Lions. 99 offense, 97 defense, which leaves us with the final team in the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers. This is the team that we're about to inherit. Kind of want to see what they get. So they get old man Aaron Rodgers. That's, you know, he's going to be really, really good. But we have the excitement or the task of replacing him. They have a veteran in LaShawn McCoy paired with, you know, the youth of Tevin Coleman. Good fullback, Ruben Randall, Deshaun Jackson, Greg. They're an old team. They are a very old team. Orson Charles, cool, at tight end. Offensive line, again, some playmakers, but it's a lot of 30s. A lot of 30s. Oh, man, God, is everyone. Okay, we'll take Buckner for sure and move him inside, I think. We'll probably run a 3-4 or a 4-3. Whitney Merciless, old. Malcolm Brown's nice, 25-89. Timmons, 97, but he's 33. My God, this Marcus Smith, the Philadelphia Eagles bust, is actually pretty good. That's probably the only complaint I would say I have with like this whole flashback franchise. I think the dev traits are a little too good, too many stars and quicks and stuff like that through the draft. But Marcus Smith is pretty good at, you know, a what if he pans out. The secondary looks legit. Kendall Fuller's a 95, he's 24. Phillip Gaines is a 92. Awuzie. They got Dante Jackson. Huffs. Oh, right. Derwin James. Okay, this secondary is legit. But other than that, they are a very old team. We're going to have our work cut out for us. Not only competing against this Lions team, but to try to win another Super Bowl. I will remind you that during this whole series of NFC North, the Packers have already won a Super Bowl. I think they actually won it year 1 or year 2 back in the first episode with the Bears. So we have to try to bring them another title. But that is for another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Ultimate Rebuilds. This one of the Detroit Lions, now 2-time Super Bowl champion Detroit Lions. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.
money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit, well you talking to talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game, like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid.